Well, welcome to Will's World of Whiskey. And I haven't got a lot of reviews done late there. Of course, I just got back to from Scotland and, 4,900 kilometers of driving, 3 weeks of exploring the UK, but mostly Scotland. I did get the opportunity, thanks to the good staff at Springbank, to do a video of that tour. And it was very appreciative to Springbank to allow me to do that. I want to get into the Springbank 15 and get that review started. So let's get into it. Let's see what this Springbank 15 is all about. Though, one of the most difficult whiskeys to get on the planet, and when you get it, you're still going to hear some mixed reviews on it because it's not for everybody's palate, Springbank. Let's get a look at this 15. The 15 Springbank. We'll get a little bit of a close-up there so we can see it there. And remember, this is natural color, not gel filter. That's all about Springbank. That's what they do. Old school. When I did tour it, I got a real nose of Springbank because I was right into the washbacks. I was right into the mash tun, and it's an old cast iron. It's over 100 years old. The old cast iron open top mash tun that they have. But anyways, you can get a look at the color of that baby, eh? Again, we never really know exactly what we're going to get, other than I've always seemed to, my palate just seems to work for this stuff. But you start looking at the reviews, by golly, they're going to be all over the place. Not everybody is, especially with the 15. They nickname this the black sheep of their range. Boy, it's probably the most controversial one out there, and yet my last 15 I did enjoy. So we are, ooh, look at this. I've got my little Springbank, cute little Springbank glass there. You can see it. And of course we'll give it a pour and take a peek at it. Okay. So let me get rid of some of these bottles here. And I did mention that I do have some samples of the Hazelburn and the, of course, the Springbank 10. And we did the Longrow already, so we'll get rid of these guys and let's get at her. Now, I kind of changed my mind here a little bit on what glass I was going to use because this is going to need some breathing. Now, pretty much any bottle you've just cracked open definitely needs to breathe, but especially Springbank. So I got my trusty Trudeau glass there, which will allow it to oxidize a little faster because this baby's going to be sitting, I don't know, half an hour to an hour at least. So let's pour it and we'll take a peek at it and just see what we think of our Springbank 15. So as I explained, I'm going to use the Trudeau glass because it's great for nosing, and not that I'm too concerned about the nose on this. I know we're going to get quite a bit of nose off it, but I felt it would breathe a lot faster with this glass here. And we'll get rid of this guy here. That's our Springbank glass, and we're going to let this thing sit for about an hour, and then we're going to give it the review. So we're going to do a little exploring of Scotland here. We'll see you when you get back.
How's the driving been so far? How you doing? Are you okay? Are you relaxed?
Yeah.
You ready for action?
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. You heard it. We're in York. We're in the big city of York, and we're going to go look at Minster. Go check out Minster.
Ferryman's Cottage and was part of the city's defences when a chain would have been stretched across the river to on the far bank to stop ships from attaining the city politics. Today, however, it is the Pizza Express, where you can go for a margarita pizza and a glass of Coke. You can't smoke inside anymore, but you can still talk politics. Oh, and ladies, do an hour there.
He's a local artist.
He'd steal a show.
Market.
Yeah. Well, he was on the show down here. He's a local artist.
We're right at the Falkirk Wheel and the canal, and some of these would be tour boats, and we're looking at the kelpies. Huge. This is one of the many locks on the canal, right at the kelpies. So now we're heading to the Falkirk Wheel. It is the only wheel on a canal on the planet. So the idea behind the wheel, of course, is to gain or lose elevation in the canal, in the water level. And you can see this is massive. We've climbed up the old Stirling graveyard here. And we're going to get up to the top of the hill, and it'll give us a chance to get a good view of Stirling Castle here. Okay, the River Ness, and last night I walked past that bridge to the next bridge. You know, along the river. There's a walkway along the river, both sides. There's the town on we'll say the north side of the river of Inverness, and I walked several bridges past that. And there we are, looking toward Inverness, like church steeples everywhere, as you can see. And beautiful city, supposed to be pissing down rain here, but I don't know. We're stealing another day. It's been exceptionally warm. This is not your typical Scottish weather. Since we landed in Heathrow, the weather's been fantastic. So this is Strathisla Distillery, and we had a very nice lady sort of give us a little bit of directions how to get here. Just showing you the distillery. It's a beautiful looking distillery. Gardens, the pagodas. It's something out of a postcard. And here we are again. This is the reception here. And if I wanted to buy a bottle, this is where I would buy it. And you can see Chivas, that's where the majority of the blend goes. Longmorn and Glenkeith. And we have Capernaumhac and more Longmorn. And there's Strathisla, which is very hard to get back in Canada. So we've left Strathisla and met a beautiful lady in there. She sold me a bottle of Longmorn, and Rachel's carrying a 20-year-old Longmorn, which you could not find back in Canada, cask strength, sherry butts. So we're here at Glen Grant, and this is the footpath to the distillery. And we're going to wander down to the distillery and go through the gardens, the famous gardens. And we're coming into the Glen Grant Visitor Center.
I think he's just coming to order now. He's doing a vlog.
So we're in Arbor, and we're looking back through Arbor there. That's where we came from. And we are going to walk and look for something to eat, because we've got some very starved and cranky people because they haven't had breakfast. Anyways, neat little town. We're heading for Arbor Distillery. And there's Randy and Laura in front of me. Big smile on Laura's face. We made it to Arbor. Arbor Glenlivet Distillery. We'll take a peek at the Spey River here. A very popular fly fishing river. And we're looking up at the old Craigellachie Bridge built in 1814. And there is a trail, it's part of the Whisky Trail, that goes along just up there. You can see the railing when you cross the bridge. We're on the other side of the Spey, and again we're looking at a bridge that was built in 1814. Looking down at the Spey River there. Put a dark color there, so. But evidently there's, it's a good fishing place to this area around here on the Spey. And we saw a fly fisherman just downriver a little bit. So we're at Balvenie here, and this is their distillery. We just stopped into the visitor center. Now this is right next to Glenfiddich. It's only a mile down the road, and it's, of course, this is owned by William Grant, who owns Glenfiddich. And we were just into the tasting room. This is Tullamore Distillery, and it has copper roofs and quite a nice garden. I believe this was supposed to be the curling rink, and this was recently sold to Elixir Distilleries from Chivas. Chivas owned it for years, and quite a striking piece of architecture on the side of the highway, and evidently they are starting to do tours. So, and that's their warehouses. So there's our clock, and this evidently was it used to chime every quarter hour and play a Scottish tune, but I think it was a little hard on the distillery workers, so they stopped. Granite, copper roof, and beautifully shaped shrubbery.
Well, we're back at it. Oh, Springbank. It's been a while. Springbank 15, 46% non-chill filtered, no added color. That's their style. And exclusive sherry cask, as I understand, talking to the folks at Springbank. It was at the distillery, got a chance to communicate with the staff there, and fantastic staff, that's all I could say. Very transparent. Okay, the nose, Springbank 15. Lots of sherry, right off the bat. And we've got maybe some grape juice here. We've got in the background, you know the word funk. You hear the word funk with this whiskey all the time, but I'm going to get some experience. An old bugger like me, been around the farm, been around farm animals, horses, leather, horse leather, because that's what I'm getting. Bit of the farm smells, and definitely saddle leather. And I'm going to get I'm going to say paint, wood stain, maybe something like that. Maybe, but sweet. Mixed in with a little bit of barbecue sauce. You got to admit, that's quite a blast. I've done these before. You're going to get a lot of different stuff. Where's the sulphur? I'll let you know that I do a lot better than a lot of noses do with sulphur, and palates do with sulphur. So I seem to have a greater tolerance than a lot of the reviewers and people that I've shared this with. So back to sweet berries, black currants, and again, lots of not paint. I'm going to stay with, oil finishes, neat's foot oil, and the leather. But the old saddle leather is a little more fresh now. And in the background again, berries, peaches, maybe even some overripe ripe peaches, apricots, and a wee bit of fermented milk. This is a good start, by the way. I got a feeling this is going to be a good one, but you never know. You never know. The palate. Give her a good chew. For all you that do the controversial reviews on this, delicious sherry and more sherry. Nothing, no sulfuric stuff going on. Delicious. One of the best I've had out of Springbank 15. Definitely got some umami stuff going on now, savory stuff going on, and we could say we're going to go into the barbecue, but it's not heavy smoked like I was expecting. The smoke's there, but it's more background. It's like some milder smoke. Little slight bit of prickly, but not so much in the tongue, just a little bit in the back of the throat as I just took a little bit down there. But nothing to get discomfort from, that's for sure. Coating on my mouth, dry, fairly dry coating. I'm gonna stay with the berries, the even something richer than that, shortbread cookies, and the dark fruits, raisins, sultanas, sultana cookies, date squares, mixed in with the pork chop. I'm just happy. This is going to be a goodie. You take your chance with Springbank 15. Like I say, it's all sorts of descriptions. I said the black sheep, the runt of the litter. Certainly the more controversial bottle of their presentation. This is a killer whiskey. This one's gonna strike all the boxes. I can tell you that. I'm gonna go for the development and the finish. This is going to have a longer finish because as I was bringing it in, get a chew on it, I still had some of the previous sip in my mouth, so it's lasting. Long finish. The grapes there, the berries, with the umami, I'm getting some spice. A bit of the oak is coming through. Spicy oak, probably European oak. European butts, I would assume, is what they are. I was at the distillery. I'm cheating a bit here. They just brought in a bunch of new butts. It's in my my distillery tour. What do they pay? 1,400 euros as compared to 200 pounds for a bourbon cask. So just to give you a perspective, it costs to produce this, because this is supposed to be 100%. That's what they're saying, 100%, and they're pretty. I find them pretty honest at that distillery. Just everything about it. They don't seem to be wanting to hide anything. So the finish, development to finish, is basically more of the same. It's a slight morphing toward. I'm going to say. When I said meaty, I'm going to say a spicy. I had quite a bit of haggis when I was over there, and haggis and tatters and that, and I just put every meal I had was, or every second meal was haggis and tatters. But there's a little bit of that going on, and it could be just the power suggestion. I don't know, but good finish, definitely. This is one of my better Springbanks. I'm going to add a little water to this. There's just so many reviews out there. I don't want to duplicate other people's reviews, but I'm going to say this is hitting all the boxes. So let's get some water and let's give it a little bit of water. I've temporarily abandoned my my little straw, my metal straw, and I've got my Johnny Walker here I picked up at Princess Street. So we'll use it. I don't know. It definitely gives you a lot less that you're putting in the glass. So if you're trying to control what's going on drop by drop, this might be a better this eyedropper here, because it's just less water going in the glass, and sometimes I do put a little too much in. So give it the old swirl. So, the nose with water, Springbank 15. Oh, we're now getting the farm again. The barnyard, hay. Oily rags down the bilge. You all know I had I was commercial fisherman at one time, so I had various fish boats through the years there, but had a 44-foot trawler, West Coast trawler that. It was an older boat, a wooden boat, and we get a little bit of the bilge smell here. I'm really not getting an overpowering of the smoke here, which is that my last bottle I had was very smoky. Of course, the long grow was very smoky. Now we're getting the berries, the date squares. I love the sweet and sour. A little bit of everything here.
Finally getting the orange. The orange is coming through. And okay, with water, the palate. Didn't drown it. Still wants to coat the mouth. Sweeter. Berries. This is a delightful drink. This is a good 15. So you want to date this. This is 24, late May 24. That's when I picked it up. I'll check the bottling on it there, but I do have a, I'll throw the reference in there. From the distillery. I purchased it from the distillery, the Springbank distillery in Campbelltown. More of that sweet and sour note there, citrus mixed with the very grapey. Again, the raisins, plums, and a little bit of the oak showing up. A bit of spicy oak. Not overly spicy. Overall, it's a heck of a drink, and for be honest with you, it's an 86 for sure. It could probably creep up to an 87. It's the best Springbank I've had, and I've had a couple of good ones. So, man, if you could get this guy, I will continue with the Springbank. I might take a break. I got a Paul John that I want to do here. That's an interesting one. It's their Oloroso Select. But I'm going to finish this off with a thumbs up, boy, if you can get one. And at that date, I know the 15 is always a risk. So we're going to leave it at that. I got lucky. So on that note, I'm going to ask you to drink wisely, drink intelligently, and do not drink and drive. Until the next time, Solange.